Welcome back to World Tour episode 19 from
Vatican City and Italy. Buongiorno a tutti, come state? Siamo a Roma. We stayed in Marriott Rome. Very grand scale. Look at this. This is the breakfast area. Very nicely designed. And food was excellent. And the interior, mind-blowing. It matches with the vibe of Italiano. Rome, the most beautiful city. And our journey started off staying overnight at Marriott. Very beautiful Marriott. Rome is regarded as one of the world's most beautiful ancient cities and vast among the priceless work of art, palaces, museums, parks, churches, gardens.
So straight ahead is the Constantine Arch. Where you see bricks is not original. Only the white stone is the original, built now by the Italian government.
Ever wonder how the Romans built the Colosseum in just 8 years? This iconic arena was constructed from stone, concrete, and volcanic rock and built on the site of a Terence private lake, a gift from Emperor to the people of Rome. What's more, this marvel of engineering and design wasn't just about stone and arches. Beneath the floor, Roman engineers built a hidden world of tunnels, trapdoors called hypogeum, an intricate machine of pulleys and lifter that made a beast and a gladiator appears as magic. And above the crowds, a massive retractable awning called the velarium provided shade for the tens of thousands. Even today, you can see so many people. Imagine those days. It would be so special. Long before the Colosseum, there was the Roman Forum. This isn't a single building, but a dynamic heart of ancient Roma, built piece by piece over thousands of years. It began as a low-lying marsh ingeniously drained by Cloaca Maxima. Rome grew the forum. What started a simple marketplace transformed into a monumental civic center. Emperor like Julius Caesar and Augustus added temple, courthouses, and Augustus added temples, arches to flaunt their power and commemorate the victories. Walk via the Scara, and you are not just stepping on an ancient paving stone, sir. You are tracing the path of triumph, generals hearing the echoes of senators debating in the Borussia, and witnessing a very heartbeat of a legendary empire. So much of ancient, really beautiful. Many of this stuff we saw in a British museum, but in obviously a scale one. Now we're walking into the streets of the famous Rome and looking at all the different architectural buildings and stuff. So beautiful and so interesting. And she's our tour guide. today, talking about the stuff. Obviously, my model is walking in the front and all the listening is done by the rest. But very, very beautiful and architecturally fantastico. Now we're moving towards the next most famous place in Rome. The people are crazy. We are roaming in a Roman street, ancient street. Very, very beautiful. Now,
But it will be hard walking on the street.
street is so hot, but thanks for these buildings giving us shadow. But most of us was carrying umbrellas, but not the locals. They were all right with this heat, but we really was. For us, it was hot.
Thank God we got an ice cream.
Yummy! Roma's magnificent Trevi fountain is fed by an ancient aqueduct built by 19 BCE. The iconic barbecue master fountain is ingeniously built against the Plaza Poli, a famous feature in the felony. The Lado Volavita visitors flock to Trevi to toss a coin over their shoulders, traditions and said to ensure their return to Rome. Now we're heading back toward another famous place, which is known as Victor Emmanuel Monument. It's very soon in the street. Now you see a Victor Emmanuel Monument. It is a gigantic gleaming wedding cake that stands out in the heart of Rome. Officially, this colossal white marble monument honors a victory. And this bird is Victor Emmanuel II, the first king of the unified Italy, symbolizing the nation's 19th century rebirth. The construction took decades from 1885 to 1935, and its immense neoclassical style has a long sparkle debate among the Romans. Now we're wrapping our day, but on the way we saw a miniature Colosseum. It's a look-alike, but actually it's known as the Theater of Marcellus. Look at that building. It's really beautiful. But yeah, we were running out of time, so we just passed by. But it's just very, very much similar. But it's actually a theater. We're walking back. Look at this town and city, enjoying, and everywhere in the room there was a history and history and history. You look at this also. But yes, we love this place. We surely would like to spend more time to enjoy. Is the Rome Hall of Justice on the bank of the Tiber rivers. It's a very, very beautiful structure, but somehow it's also known as the ugly palace by the old Roman people. It's actually house Supreme Court, and on the top there's a chariot that symbolizes justice. Now we are heading towards the Vatican, the smallest country in the world. Vatican refers to the Vatican City, a city-state enclave located within Rome, Italy, serving as the global administrative center for the Roman Catholic Church. It is the seat of the Pope and houses significant cultural and artistic treasures, including the St. Peter's Basilica. See, look at that. It's really beautiful there. Built on the very spot where the St. Peter was believed to be buried. St. Peter Basilica is far more than a church. It's a masterpiece of a human ambition and a faith. For over a century of the greatest minds of the Renaissance and Baroque eras, from Dante to Michelangelo, Bernini toiled to create a massive icon, replacing crumbling 4th century basilica built by the Emperor Constantine, the modern structure is a treasured trove of art and history, standing beneath Michelangelo's awe-inspiring dome, witnessing the beauty. The dome is the tallest dome in the world, and it is very beautiful inside. So I won't speak anymore just enjoy through your own eyes. And very, very beautiful art, a piece of art.
So now I am crossing the border, Vatican to Italy.
And now my daughter gonna show you how to cross actually the border. One, two, jump!
Let's
That was the best